Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of On the Back Ash. It's been a minute. What's up?
It's been like
What
4
up?
months.
Feels like it.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute. But I think we all had to finish up our respective marching band seasons and Veterans Day parades and
Just a break.
this, yeah.
That's what it was.
But we had to come back for Thanksgiving.
For sure.
That's
We had to
right.
do it and tell you guys what we're thankful for.
That's right.
You guys being one of them. Our loyal listeners. All three of you. Thanks, Mom and Dad.
There might only be 3 left
like,
after today's episode.
It's really like thanks Warnies front ensemble.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so how's everybody been?
You know, I thought that my life would slow down when marching band ended, but it really kind of hasn't. At the same time,
You fell for that.
no. I mean,
That's
I just, with taking classes right now, in addition to my real job, that's been a lot of my time. And I'm our school's robotics team coach, so, I drop one activity and another one starts back. So, but it's all good.
It's always
Basketball season.
Man.
Yeah.
Sports just ain't in my favor this year.
What are you talking about?
Oh.
Okay.
Everybody that I like
Okay, the Saints
goes
are
straight to
all
the
your
trash
teams
can.
like the Saints
You
are
just
the
bad at
Saints.
picking teams.
But like, no. Okay. Bama's 8-3. They're fine. They're just the SEC's is dumb.
Listen,
Mm-hmm.
UK basketball is going to be up on the up and up. They got a big
they
win
the only
against,
ones holding on right now.
got a big win against Duke.
Yeah.
So you're okay. You're right. I don't. What's the Kraken doing right now? What is that?
Well, we beat Nashville.
Okay. Well, that didn't say much, but
They coming back though. They had a rough start for a minute. Well, we went like 2-0 or something like that in the beginning.
and then you're not a Seattle
on this hot
Seahawks fan, so
Nah, but I don't hate the
Pelicans.
Seahawks. Oh God,
Pel-
the Pelicans.
yeah.
We can just like
Yeah,
if you can
Pelicans
forfeit
are-
a season, do it. Because that's literally where we are right now. Like, are the coaches playing? Is the local high school playing? Who's on the team now? Because clearly everybody is hurt. Like I cannot deal with the Pelicans right now.
we got our guys at work. We get together every now and then. We talk about stuff. We talk about sports, and we talk about basketball in particular. And we're just talking about how the NBA teams like have to have at least one superstar on that team
Mm-hmm.
in order for them to have a shot. So we was kind of going down the list of every team, and we got to the Pelicans. Just like,
So
Because
there's names that it could be,
it could be, but they're just not.
but
The
neither
only
one of
one-
them stay healthy long enough. Brandon Ingram or
I don't know when.
Zion. That should be one of those two guys, and neither one of them stays healthy long enough.
But yeah, it's
Drafted all these people. Missy was doing good, then he got hurt, and I was like, "Oh my God, bro!" Then we had a starting line. Not this past game, we played the Warriors. We actually came close now. I was surprised, but the game before that, we had a starting 5 lineup, and I said, "Who are these people?" I have never once heard their names ever being mentioned on this team, and I was like, "Okay, we picking up strays," but. CJ McCollum's out, Jose out. It's like, okay, y'all.
the NBA has been riddled with injuries this year. It's been a lot.
Like, ain't Joel Embiid out? Or are they just beefing?
On
like
paper, he's injured, but we don't. It's debatable.
But y'all ready for this next one? Y'all ready for Tuesday?
Excuse me.
WKU and UK.
Oh, UK is going to beat
UK's
them
gonna
by
win
30.
by like 30.
Yeah.
That was not playing audience. Like that's
Like, I thought about going up there But then,
I would.
like, I saw Western's team, and then I watched a clip of UK, and I'm like, yeah, it's not gonna be good.
It's not
And
gonna
like,
be fun.
listen, I'm the biggest Western homer there ever is, and like, you could tell me we're gonna play the Redeem team from the Olympics, and I'd be like, we might have a chance,
Jesus.
but not right now.
Women looking good. They're 5-0.
Yeah, they won again today.
And then
Volleyball just won
volleyball the one conference
championship
championship
again.
We got
98 regular season conference wins in a row without a loss.
insane.
Nuts.
Insane. And College USA is not like one of those. It's not like a weak conference in volleyball.
No.
Insane. Our friend Katie got the whole trophy.
That's right.
Oh,
She
Yeah,
takes
she was
stats.
on the trip with him.
Yep, she's
That's one of her teams.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
shout out to her. She's loving her life as a hilltopper. So, love for her. But yeah. So, and then the most important thing, our college football dynasty on College Football 25 is approaching playoffs. Me and Zach looking pretty good.
I know. I need to see if I'm available. Can play this week or not.
I think you can. No. Oh, wait a minute. I think you're going to buy because I think it's conference championship week.
Wow.
Like, oh,
Because I played today. I played my game yesterday. So I'm the American Conference champions with Tulane.
I don't know if I'm in the championship game or not for ours. I don't think so.
I don't think you were. I know it was me, BJ, Justin, Spanky. You might have been. I don't know. Because I know it's you and North Carolina State. Because North Carolina State's undefeated. So I think you were third in the ACC. I think if I remember reading that right, you were third in the ACC. So you. So
Sounds about right.
I don't think you're in there. You took an early L, didn't you?
Yeah, I lost to like Clemson or somebody like that.
So this episode, we're gonna kind of hodgepodge some stuff, kind of like we've already been doing. But the main event or the main course, if you will, is yeah. I've been practicing that. We're gonna rank. So this ought to be good. So if you're listening, you got to get in the comments and you got to get involved with this because this is important. We're going to rank the top 12 side dishes and the top 6 or so desserts because we may add some desserts to the list. We had a smaller list of desserts and we may think of some on the way up. So in honor of Thanksgiving happening, I guess tomorrow as of the recording of this episode. Or posting of this episode. So we're gonna talk about that. That'll be some fun and some other stuff. But I think first we had a really, really good BOA season. And like I said, just being busy with everything that we were all doing, we didn't really get a chance to talk about it very much. But we do want to give some love and some shout out to the BOA Grand Nat Finals and kind of talk about that a little bit. We may do some reacts to those over the next couple of weeks too, because there were some really, really good shows. But gonna run it down real quick. Your Grand National Finals. Avon was your champion with a score of 97.3. Second place was Carmel High School with a 96.35. Broken Arrow was the bronze medalist with a 96.350. Tarpon Springs fourth with a 96 even. Cedar Park High School out of Texas, 93.3 was fifth. William Mason was sixth for 92.5. Bridgeland was seventh out of Texas with a 90.85. American Fork out of Utah, pretty cool show. We'll talk about that in a second. 90.7, so really close to finishing in the place higher. Castle High School out of Indiana with a 90.475. Dobbins Bennett was 10th with an 89.05. And Prosper 11th with an 88.750. And Leander High School with an 88.35. Your caption awards: Outstanding Music Performance, Avon High School; Outstanding Visual Performance, Avon High School; Outstanding General Effect, Avon High School. The Esprit de Corps Award went to Broken Arrow High School, and the invitation to march in the 2026 Rose Bowl Parade was Franklin High School. So there you go. So fellas, anybody stick out to you guys as far as shows that you really enjoyed watching?
Dude, Tarpon Springs.
Yes.
When are they not
Fun
sticking
Springs.
though? Like,
Concur. Uh, those props were sick.
Great.
mhm.
Great. Like, what are, like, okay, y'all.
And like for me, I know I personally really enjoy their shows because I like I like their arrangement. Whoever does their arrangements, it's kind of a more contemporary sound of arrangement. Harmonic structures, things of that nature. It reminds me a lot of like your kind of modern drum corps type of style of arrangements with winds accompanied, which allow you to get some covers. But I just really dig, how their things are composed and constructed. And they keep you visually interested in what's going on. The props are cool, but they do a really good job with the drill too.
They had some moments, and I was like, "Is this BD?" Like,
Yep.
like down to like choreography stuff. I was like, first of all, who on your staff has 17 gold medals from the Blue Devils? Because
I mean,
somebody, this is like a high school carbon copy almost for some stuff. It was awesome.
They, like I said, the way they skate the field to make it do what it want. Like I remember last year's show that I thought was really cool too, and did some elements from this year. So Tarpon Springs was really really good. I can't agree with you down.
Yeah.
So what about you, Zach?
I really liked Cedar Park. They were, they played Samuel Barber, which is, can't go wrong, and then had some Sweeney Todd stuff in there.
Did you catch? See, I love that brain. I love the brain because the show was called, I think it was called A Cut Above or
Cutting Edge.
Cutting Edge, yeah. But everything, either the composer or the song title had the word Barber in it.
Yep.
So smart.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have the sound effects with the, with the cutting and shing.
Mm-hmm.
All, it made a big sword. It was either a sword or a knife on the field.
Mm-hmm. I just like when the cadets did side by side and did just Samuel Barber, like that's one of my favorite shows of theirs. And there were so many, obviously it was the same music, but like there's so many moments that took me back to that show too that I really enjoyed. And I thought their visual package was awesome. They were end zone to end zone. I mean, just good stuff out of them.
Yes, very, very good. I know for me, from just a sound, pure sound, Carmel. Concert band on the field.
They stay like that though.
God, it's ridiculous. Like
I feel like we said that even
every time.
Like a couple, yeah.
We say it every time, but it's just amazing.
It is though, and they're gonna have that raw, wholesome sounds just connected.
I mean, you can listen to their marching band without seeing what they're doing, and you would swear that they're in a concert hall.
And I think that's why a lot of folks probably get mad when they do win, because they may not have the most out there show.
It's not the most entertaining.
Yeah, like in your broken
visually
or
and general effect stuff, but their music.
And then, because when they win, did they win 2 years ago? Pretty sure they won 2 years ago, and they beat Avon and them. But either way, man, it's you talk about BD with Tarpon, but it's like they the BD of BOA. It's like you just can't deny it.
Yeah.
No matter how bad you get, can't deny it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and this year's show I thought was fairly entertaining. I really enjoy looking at it. It's very clean. It's very visually clean to watch, very acoustically clean to listen to. It's just a nice polished product, and you know, I for them, you don't when you watch this show, you don't remember a product. Like I'm going to be completely honest with you, I don't know if they had one. I'd have
Yeah,
to
I think
look,
they did. Yeah.
but it's just so clean to watch, and you're just like, how do you? It's hard enough to
Yeah, they
get.
had some seesaw things or something.
It's hard enough to get kids to play well in the March well, but to play in March that well, and it's great. It's great. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm always impressed with those guys. Um, what about William Mason?
Right. I just said, I was like, I really enjoyed it. First of all, mad that you're going to start with the Looney Tunes theme. But I said that's what the Academy should have done when they did that type of show. Um, I felt like it was a little bit, I don't know. That's my opinion. I think Academy maybe when Academy did I think they called theirs like Buy a Hair or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Uh, I think they went too whimsical, maybe, and it kind of
Come on,
lost it.
Academy.
Yeah,
Yes.
it kind of lost its effect versus what William Mason was able to do with it because it was still very musical but very visually appealing
Mm-hmm.
with that touch of whimsy, but not
Yeah.
too much.
That's their type of show is what I'm here all day for. The groups that will not be afraid to do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, win or lose, you out there doing something outside the box in a sense.
Oh yeah, and the storytelling was awesome. Like it
Yes.
did a really really good job of it was enough of a change. It was enough to get you connected, but it was enough different to keep you engaged to know to be like, okay, what's going to actually come next? How are they really going to go about doing this? But yeah, um, for me, another one. Shout out to American Fork. I really did enjoy that show. Spot on. Uh, just really really cool vibe from that show. Um, you don't hear a lot about some of the groups out west, but I thought they did a really good job. And the only group out west that made the finals this year.
Yeah.
So, and then of course Avon.
That I called that from day. I saw a clip. I'm pretty sure was on Instagram, and then I said, you know what, y'all need to be investigated by like FBI somebody because this can't be legal. Whatever's happening at that school can't be legal. And it's crazy because I off of an Instagram post, I was like, they finna win. I called it then, and I was like, I don't remember what clip I seen. All I saw was that I seen a box, and I was like, okay, I'm done immediately.
And to do it with Russian Christmas music.
That's what threw me off because I was like,
because I'm sitting here like
I hear the title, I'm like, oh, this is cool, and then they said Russian Christmas. I'm like, wait, but it worked.
Yeah.
They did the thing.
You know, I think they did a really good job. I mean, because they just came off that super super hip and cool show from Indoor.
Mm-hmm.
And they just got to figure it out, man. They're Avon, Indiana, population, I don't know, like 40. I don't know what. I'm sure it's more than that. But like,
I was about to say they got more in their color guard than population.
it's just
Man,
it's just dominating the pageantry arts right now, man.
it just on all fronts.
Just on every single
On
level,
all
and it's
fronts.
like I might see if I can take a day off and just go hang out in their music department for a day.
I want to. I just want to walk around the school. Maybe if I just enter the building,
just to get a little
aura,
the essence
spirit bomb,
of greatness.
just some
absorb
energy.
it.
Right. Oh
Osmosis.
Lord Jesus! So this is what it feels like.
Oh, so
Like-
this is what show design is.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But they have a staff, they have a system, and it's working.
And it, I won't call it a threat, but man, it's just you can't slack.
Mm-mm.
You can't slack, and it's crazy because in my opinion, I think the kids just love it. Like they're having the time of their life. They're enjoying every moment. They're just out there having fun. They want to be great. They strive to be great, but they have fun while doing it. But and we've said it all the time. Like even in WGI, like the percussion side, they gonna have a little battle.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna come easy to the percussion side. The color guard side, man, they got a high string, hold on that little top spot for a little bit, and groups got to work. They got to work to get them. And we it's like I don't even know if we even need to talk about the win side, but that's what are y'all doing, bro? We okay. You know what? Next interview, the entire Avon percussion or band school district.
Okay,
Like,
we'll get on that. But yeah, they have a. I'm on their school website right now, so I'm just kind of looking through some stuff. The school looks huge, so I'm probably sure they have 7,000 kids in the school. But like I just going through their website, and highlights the Avon winning national championship. It's on there, November 20th. So
what the football team doing? Nothing.
I don't know. I'd have to. Something has to not be good there.
That's what it sounds. It's like at some point, one of the sports teams is trailing, and the band is holding the school together.
Yeah. I don't know.
They probably have like some obscure sport that they're really good at too, like the 13-time national champion fencing team.
It's like table tennis.
Table tennis. Bocce ball champions of the world. I'm like, what?
How y'all gonna have a hacky sack team? What is happening?
It's the hacky sack. Jesus.
Shut it down. Shut it.
I'm looking at their site. They do not have a hacky sack team. So
Tiddlywinks?
No.
Marbles?
They do have a
Not
swimming
marbles.
dive. They do have a swimming dive team. They do have that. So that's
with the size pool at the school.
Normal
Probably.
sports. Yeah. Normal sports. They have.
Now you're gonna have a high school hockey team.
They do not have a hockey team. It's not listed. It's not listed.
And
But yeah, so shout out to them and shout out to everybody. It's we've talked about schools in Indiana. Fishers, who also made finals. A good friend of mine, his sister, actually daughter, is a highly recruited. You know what I'm talking about? Is a highly recruited freshman basketball player for Fishers.
Yep.
And when that job opened up, I almost said, "Hey, can you see if they need somebody like me to do stuff?" I wouldn't know what to do. I'd walk in the class like, yeah, that's good. I don't really know what to tell you. It's awesome. So, but yeah, shout out to all the Grand Nats. One last final shout out to our Bluegrass compadres, Murray University.
I do it too.
Murray High School.
Been 20 years have been doing.
Class A national champions, and Bourbon County High School was the runner-up. So
That's right.
Shout out to Kentucky. We had a lot of representation in Kentucky that did some really, really good things
Seems
while
like
they were
Class
there.
A has kind of run through the bluegrass these
It
last few
does. It
years,
does. When
with the exception of what Archbishop last
Archbishop won it
year, 2 years ago.
2 years ago. They won it 2 years ago. They won it 22, and then
Was Bourbon second?
Bourbon was second. Um, so shout out to Kentucky because, like I said, we do small band well. And we got some good bands. We were talking about this earlier before the podcast went on, and we were talking about Lafayette High School. Maybe we could have made finals this year
Mm-hmm.
with the show they did. That show was freaking awesome.
And they beat Dobbins Bennett at the Johnson City Regional
Yeah.
for BOA. So I have to talk
So,
to my Lafayette connections and tell them to get on it.
yeah. Start from
Because on the back hash said so.
Yeah. Because we have so much bull.
Yep.
So yeah. But yeah, so congratulations to all 110 bands that competed at BOA Grand Nats. Just to make it there and to perform in Lucas Oil Stadium is a huge accomplishment. So
Yes.
kudos to everybody for that, and looking forward to next year. All that good stuff. All right, before we get on to the ranking of the side dishes, we do want to give a shout out to the marching bands that will be performing in the Macy's Day Parade. So,
That's
Zach,
right.
if you would tell us who those are.
Speaking of major accomplishments, it's always an honor to be invited to participate in the Macy's Day Thanksgiving Parade. First of all, they have 28 clown crews that are in this parade, and that's 29 too many.
So if you're
Stupid.
I'm not a fan of a not just a clown, but a clown crew, a whole crew of them. I'm out. Anyways, no, but there are 11 marching bands that are participating this year. Starting out, Avon is participating there, marching, and they'll have a trailer behind their band full of all their Grand Nationals trophies, I'm sure.
By itself alone.
Yeah.
It's got its own trailer.
The next is the Carolina Band of the University of South Carolina.
Oh. They need to
East
shorten that
Tennessee
name.
State University Marching Buccaneers.
yes, you.
Flower Mound High School
Okay.
Marching Band. The Lake Hamilton High School Marching Band, the Power Band of Arkansas.
That's too much.
Then also the Macy's Great American Marching Band. Then you have the Majestic Marching Cardinals of Jonesboro High School.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
The New York City Police Department Marching Band.
Wait a minute.
The Pride of West Virginia, the Mountaineer Marching Band. The Sioux Falls Lincoln High School Patriot Marching Band. Then lastly is the University of Massachusetts Minuteman Marching Band. So there are your 11 featured performing groups in this year's Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
I think New York police always go.
They do. Either them or fire department or some type of
it's
like some type
That's
of
interesting.
branch or something like that always does it.
Yeah.
That's always pretty cool.
But,
So
Avon, Flower Mound, those some common names you hear.
mm-hmm.
So shout out to them and all the other, especially high school.
That's a
groups.
hard parade. God, that's a hard parade.
I hate parades. Listen, I don't even know if I could get excited about the Macy's Day Parade if I was chosen to go. Because
parades are tough, man.
Parades are the worst. It's
You're
always cold. It's
They're
always
tough.
cold. You play the same song 47 times, and you're always behind the horses. Always. It never fails. You're behind the horses, and you can't look where you're going. Yep.
But the Macy's, they're going to give you that little, you're going to get your little hot, how many?
Oh, yeah.
15, 30 seconds. Is a minute? The little space
In front of the
you gotta
department
get.
store.
Yeah.
They're going to be in there doing Cavalier drill trying to.
With 500 kids.
Listen, Avon won't even fit there.
Avon just going to do a drill set through it, and that's going to be it.
They just hear like part of their woodwind feature from their BOA. Be like,
Tighter drill than SCV trying to do all that.
God.
They need to do that. invite all the dope boys. It's like, here you go. Crowd wouldn't be able to take it.
No.
Blue Coast would just come like, blow up New
It would-
York.
all
Just-
of Manhattan would be destroyed. Like, listen,
Just invite the SEV percussion section.
Oh, Jesus.
they're gonna get mad at everybody.
Do one shot, just everybody fall out. Jesus, man.
Like, bruh, how?
Oh, that made me. Oh, that was good. I don't know why it was so dumb. Oh,
This is
I feel you. I bet.
That's
I
right.
bet though. Even for Avon, who's been like multiple times, and I know Broken's been times in like I can't think of it. A lot of bands from Texas, but just the thought of like doing parades, can be annoying. But I think sometimes, even as many times as they've probably been, it's probably still cool because it is in New York and not Indiana.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of those things. It's like you're not home, so it's still gonna be cool.
And
Yeah.
you're going with a different set of kids every time. So
And
each
pretty
experience,
much.
while it's the same place, it's
Right.
a different experience. I've been we've been going to World Championships for over 10 years now.
Yeah.
And it's different every time because the kids are different and the show's different. And, we do the same things every time we go. We play, we go to 75, we do the same stuff, but it's still a different experience because of the people that you're with. So,
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, like that whole aspect of getting out of your own state, your own town, city.
yeah. So,
Because I was a Hoptown boy. I get tired of that downtown. It's like, well, here we go. We're going to march to the church. Like, all right. You ain't never lied, though. Well, they got a neck for sticking the band behind them horses, boy. I swear. It's not a joke. People think it's funny. No, it's real. It really do be happening like that.
yeah.
Get them in the back. Put them back there with Santa. It's like, what are y'all doing?
He's scooping this anyway. I need to get better about it.
Right.
Wait. All right. It is.
Oh, we got beans, greens, tomatoes, potatoes.
That was not on the list.
So close
Insert the audio
to playing it.
right there.
Yeah, that's not copyrighted. We can do that.
See?
All right. So, boom. There it is.
Whoop,
We have
there it is.
the finals. The Turkey Core International. I don't know.
Like,
Thanks.
not prepared for this.
No, we weren't. No. Full disclosure, we thought about this 5 minutes before the podcast started.
Which you literally.
But no, it'd be fun. So we got a list of what Google said was some of the best side dishes and desserts. We're gonna do desserts too that people have for Thanksgiving. Now we're gonna pull from this list, but if there's something that we think of, we can add to this list if we want to.
I just looked at what the top 12 Thanksgiving side dishes are according to, I guess, some survey that they did, but fully realize that everybody's Thanksgiving is different.
Yeah.
And there are things that are on this list that you will not have at your Thanksgiving dinner, but there are also things that you will have that are not on this list. It's fine. We'll all be okay.
Yeah.
And I didn't put
really
ham and turkey because, well, they're not sides, but we don't want to have that argument because they're both delicious.
There's only, I was going to say two, but really one thing I would add to this side.
Well, what do you want to add? I can add it.
Are we going to do it now?
We can.
Okay. Yeah, put greens on there.
13.
I thought about greens. No, it's finals. Top 12.
Oh, well, they
It's
didn't
finals.
make the cut.
Oh.
That's
we
what
cannot. We cannot.
I'll have to add that.
Yeah.
You can
reevaluate the list.
Yeah, you can do which one?
Now I have to think.
Oh,
I'm
someone
sure.
getting knocked
I'm
out.
sure once I put something somewhere, I'll think of something
Right.
else.
And like I
Because
didn't
I
put like
know, like, I have
I didn't.
corn. Like, we have corn everywhere, so I'm going to add
Well,
corn.
okay,
Or
so
no, there's corn pudding
that's
or
part
corn
of the thing.
casserole.
So like
Corn cat
corn.
on a cob is different.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of that, corn bread.
Oh,
Well,
see.
let me talk.
There it is.
All right, talk.
Ah,
This is going to
So,
be a 2 hour podcast.
so
I didn't
unprofessional.
put cornbread or rolls on this because everybody likes both, I'm sure, but they're not really a side dish. Okay? And green beans and corn, okay? That's just all one thing. It's either it could be corn, it could be cream corn, it could be corn casserole or corn
Okay.
pudding. They all go together. Green beans, you can either have green beans by themselves or in casserole form. They go together. It's the same thing.
Okay. Oh,
Damn.
We are the most professionalist group you will ever see.
yep. That's why you look.
Totally professional.
All right. Well, if we think of something, we can. All right. I can go first.
Are we gonna like serpentine it?
Yeah, we can serpentine. Yeah.
Okay.
So my 12th place out of this list that I can think of is something that I would never eat, and I probably shouldn't even put it on here. But it's more of a I would not eat this. So I'm deviled eggs. I'm not. No,
What?
it's not. It's not me. I can't do it. So
What in the blasphemy?
I know.
All right, you know what? I'm not doing this.
Well,
All right, let's go.
I hate,
That.
hate to disappoint you, but that's also my number 12.
Y'all, both of y'all, in
And
the
full
podcast.
disclosure, I've never had greens, so I've had opportunities to eat them, but they don't look or smell good, so I just don't.
Listen, I
Look at
agree.
what?
I listen.
What?
Listen.
I mean, there's gonna be
Get
controversy. Let's go ahead and get this out of our system.
you
That's my
no longer
opinion.
claim the country or the South anymore.
All right, what's your 12 then?
I had to rearrange them since I done added one, but
Oh,
12 is corn casserole pudding now. It was Brussels sprouts. So I'm like, bitch, nobody eat no Brussels sprouts at Thanksgiving, dog.
You spell casserole.
2 S's.
Casserole.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long name. Just put like corn cast
You could change the format to
or corn pudding.
wrapping.
Yeah, I don't know.
Corn pudding.
Go to format and go to wrapping and hit wrap. Well, yeah, but you even widen them, so it'll be fine.
Okay. All right. So, Will, what's your 11?
I mean, I guess it should be
This is
me.
just blasphemy.
Well, you. Either one.
No.
Already.
11 is cranberry sauce.
Now we on the same page. Cranberry sauce.
My 11 would be Brussels sprouts. Actually, yeah, Brussels sprouts. For disclosure, I've never had them, but I don't think
Okay, and when I'm thinking of Brussels sprouts, now, Will, you might be thinking different, but I don't think them nasty boiled ones. I mean roasted with like a nice vinaigrette on them.
Okay.
That's what I think when I think of Brussels sprouts. Because if it was boiled ones, they'd be down there with deviled eggs at the bottom.
my number 10 would be greens. Anyway, if you're interested in broccoli and cheese casserole would be out of the finals for me. Actually, deviled eggs probably would have been out of finals, but William.
I done got me changing the list up. I done got it all backwards now. Hold on. What are we on? 10?
Yeah.
10 is glazed carrots. They can get 8, but it ain't the top.
That's fair.
Because I like carrots.
I do
I
too.
like glazed carrots.
Because I eat them raw, like carrots, celery, some cucumbers,
I'm not a big
little dip sauce.
My number 10 is gravy.
Just ain't taking a straw to it.
Mm-mm. No,
You don't drink your gravy?
no, I don't. And then my number 9 is sweet potatoes.
We drink them in wine glasses. And see, we on the same page again. You almost back in the family. Sweet potatoes.
What's back in this? My number 10,
9.
9. Oh, yeah, I'm on 9. Sorry. Yeah, I guess I'm on the same boat with y'all. Sweet potatoes. And then my number 8 is cranberry sauce.
Eight is gravy.
Brussels sprouts.
The Brussels sprouts too.
No,
I think so.
1.
Is that one?
1L.
It's one.
And apparently an S on the end.
Yeah.
Brussels sprouts.
Not saying that I'm wrong.
Interesting. My 7 is green bean casserole.
Green bean casserole. On before the break. Right for intermission.
Yep.
Wait, what?
7th place. Right before intermission.
Oh. 7? Y'all done jacked my list up.
How you jacked it up?
It's your list.
You said greens. You the one that added it.
That's why we stick to the script. But no. We're trying to add stuff in the lot before we go on for finals.
That's how it works.
Hey, man. It wouldn't be the first time we added something.
Literally. Bro, I done changed the whole measure before. Whoa, how did it go? Broccoli and cheese.
My 7 is glazed crabs. And my top half of finals is green beans.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just green beans. I'm not green bean casserole.
It was 6
Mm-hmm.
where they should have been deviled eggs at the top, sir.
But that's not top.
It is.
Okay.
Top 5 is no longer a thing in any of the contests we work.
My number 6 is mashed potatoes.
Ooh.
And then my number 5 is carrots. And y'all know I love me some carrots.
You do love some carrots. Would be for
Green
feet
bean.
with green bean.
Casserole.
I said I was thinking peas, and
Ew.
I typed it. See, I like peas.
I like peas.
Peas would have been in my top 6 probably.
Should have said it.
I didn't think about it just now
Because I eat peas too.
because that would not definitely
Peas
off my
can be
list.
your open class champion.
There
Boo.
you go. My number 5. What I got left? I'm gonna go gravy. Actually, I'm gonna go stuffing.
Like you drinking.
Here's the thing. I just now got into liking it. I didn't like it when I
Who
was
hurt
younger.
you?
What?
I didn't. I think it was a texture thing.
How?
I think
You
the
must
first
have
thing,
some mushy ones.
I've had some mushy ones, and I don't mind the mushy ones. The problem was the mushy ones that had like the celery in it.
Oh, big old hunks? No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
It's
So I
supposed
think,
to have celery.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
but
you
if
don't
it's
have
big
to.
chunky celery,
You
that's
don't
different
have
than
to,
if it's
obviously.
like finely chopped.
But I think because of that, uh, I didn't like it for a long time.
Shameful.
But I have round 2. It's in my top 5 now.
It'd be your own people.
You're going to be that judge that tanks stuffing and keeps them from getting a medal.
Oh, shut up.
Exactly.
Anyway, gravy's my next one
Sounds about right.
because
You're the
you
reason
can
why
put
the
gravy.
Panthers lost today.
You
Sid.
can put gravy on stuffing, and you can put gravy on mashed potatoes, and you can put gravy on your turkey. So, because of that, the versatility of the use of the gravy, that's my number 4 spot.
Well, for stuffing, dressing.
Okay, you're gonna get mad at me for one spot.
I'm mad that neither one of y'all have stuffing or dressing getting a medal. This is, abysmal. Number 4, corn casserole.
This man's gonna get mad at me. I'm about keeping him out of final or out of a medal. He ain't got a medal.
Oh, man. Okay, my bronze medalist when it comes to side dishes, give me broccoli and cheese casserole.
Oh, hell, I forgot you didn't even eat that.
Boo.
Ugh. Okay.
Boo.
2 C's.
Juicy?
Mm-hmm.
Broccoli.
And broccoli.
Go.
Broccoli.
Okay. I don't eat it. So.
I love me some broccoli.
It's good.
I don't like it raw though.
I mean, I can eat it both ways, but
Oh,
I like it cooked with the melted cheese.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's not on my list.
Okay.
All right.
Who's your bronze medalist, William?
Okay, the numbers on the left screwed me up. I was like, I thought we just did 4, but then it's in. Okay.
It's in the
So
4th.
this is the third.
This is bronze.
Don't
pay attention to this.
Okay. This is where greens go. Zach, you ain't black. I'm sorry.
No.
And there it is, folks.
My bad.
It only took him to get to the.
My bad. Collard greens?
My
You can
bronze
even
is
get you some glory greens just to try
plain old corn.
on the kizza.
Plain old corn or corn.
My thing is making street corn now.
I like sweet corn. I'm gonna put sweet corn because sweet corn
I'm down with
is different.
I like corn.
So I'm gonna put sweet corn.
Did you say street corn, William?
I said street corn.
Oh,
Yeah.
Either one.
That is my thing to make that I make
I like
now.
me some street corn.
Mhm.
And my silver medalist is mashed potatoes.
Man, if we all got the same number 1, I'm be pissed. Actually,
We don't.
It should be.
We don't.
Mine is mashed potatoes. Coming in second.
My silver medalist is mac and cheese.
Get out. Right now.
And that's
Get
because
out.
my gold medalist is stuffing.
Gross.
Will,
Shameful.
we tried to teach you one.
Shameful.
I wait all year for stuffing.
It is clearly the creamiest.
Well,
The
they
oh so cheesiest.
shoot you. Okay.
The are you still watching Netflixes?
Oh, oh.
I'm
Wait.
sorry. You know that sound they make when you stir.
Ah!
Oh, jeez.
I have to cut that out.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, God. Oh, he's gone.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That just happened. Okay. Well, it was a nice run.
After 2 years, we've been canceled. You spelled cheese wrong.
No, I can't think.
It's gotta be baked macaroni too.
Oh, but this as you baked or stuffed out
Mm-hmm.
for Thanksgiving again.
Oh.
So there it is, guys. Our ranking for Thanksgiving size. So I had 12 fish deviled eggs, 11 for Brussels sprouts, 10 for greens. I'm not a big vegetable person, if you can't tell. Sweet potatoes, 9th. Cranberry sauce, 8th. Glazed carrots, 7th. Green beans, 6th. Stuffing, 5th. Gravy, 4. Sweet corn, mashed potatoes, silver and gold. Will had corn casserole, brown pudding, cranberries, glazed carrots, sweet potatoes, gravy, broccoli, deviled eggs, green beans, stuffing, greens, mashed potatoes, mac and cheese. And then Zach had deviled eggs, cranberry sauce, gravy, sweet potatoes, Brussels sprouts, green beans, mashed potatoes, glazed carrots, corn, broccoli and cheese, mac and cheese, and stuffing. Not too, well, it's a little bit different here. We all have one outlier.
Mm-hmm.
We all have one that was just kind of like out of nowhere. But yeah. So
On to the dessert round.
cool. All right. We did 6 here. Is there anything that we want to add before we get into it?
Um,
I'm going to go ahead. Okay, I'm going to add a few. We can still keep it at 6, but I'm going to add a few. If you don't mind. All right,
You
I'm going
can
to add
put
chest
caramel
pie.
cake.
I'm going to add chest pie. I'm going to add
Yes,
caramel
chest
cake.
pie. Caramel cake.
I'm going to add chocolate pie.
does fruit salad count as a dessert?
Sure, why
A
not?
fruit salad.
I don't know why that's it.
Mm.
Chocolate pie, fruit salad. Depending on who you talk to, some people say it's not. It's like some people say sweet potato casserole is a dessert, but some people say it's a side.
Well, that's the side.
Or yams.
And then the same thing?
That's a side.
Yes.
Even if you put the marshmallow
technically
on
not.
top, it's still a side.
But you spelled caramel wrong. That's the high school.
He's still in band mode.
There's a band. Here, there
Now I gotta change mine up because
See?
we got new stuff.
yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything
I
else.
got changed too.
No, nothing else.
Nothing else?
That's 10.
Yeah. So,
And we're only taking 6?
Yeah.
I mean,
Dang.
we can extend it if you want.
No, this is finals. You gotta be special to make it to finals. We're not
Yeah.
giving everybody a trophy
There ain't no
here.
participation trophies going out.
Hell, should make it top 5 and cut half. But we'll be nice.
All right, Zach, you get to go first this time.
No! Damn it! No.
I went first last time.
Well,
The rule's old,
hold
so you
on.
get to go.
I gotta eliminate some.
And we
Oh,
already know
man.
in the chat or in the comments, people are gonna be like, "Well, what type of cheesecake? That's important.
Man,
What type
listen,
of
all
cheesecake
of
you
them.
like?" All right,
Just
just chill.
All of them. Calm it
Just
down.
be fine. You'll be all right.
okay.
Okay.
I'm ready.
All right. Let's go.
My number 6, my 6th place. Chocolate pie.
See, I helped you out. All right.
That's 5th.
Okay. Maybe it was your fifth place then. All right. Wait a
6. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4.
It was hard.
Apple.
Listen in. We can afford the top part. Let's get that. For me, my 6 is caramel. I'm not a big cake. Like I like cake, but I don't. That's not what I reach for if there's options. And then 5 would be for this list cheesecake.
What?
Yep. And those could get flipped depending on the cheesecake.
5 is chocolate.
Oh, what? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, shit.
Uh-oh.
Actually, chocolate pie was my 5th. My 6th is actually.
What?
Sorry, my 6th is actually apple pie.
Well, starting off
Okay.
correct, unlike somebody.
Now my 4th, I'm gonna go with cheesecake.
We used to be friends. You were doing so well.
I just don't think cheesecake is a Thanksgiving dessert.
Maybe a pumpkin cheesecake?
Yes. But
I don't know. That's on the list.
Yeah.
There's somebody at home
What are we
screaming
on?
right now.
Oh, good.
Four.
Scream in the comments.
Yeah, made me change everything. 4. I got pecan.
What's wrong with you?
Excuse you,
Mr.
Mr. Caramel at the bottom.
Apple pie is my 4. My bronze medal. Mm. I'm on road, and you'll see why in a minute.
You need to put it on the list.
Y'all wouldn't let me.
Can't
Let
just
me add
changing the
anymore.
show during the
Well,
show,
no.
did it?
I
That's
got.
cheating.
Can't change the show during the show.
Okay, would that make any of your list?
I mean, that ain't the point.
Put the okay, then doesn't matter. All right, it gets better.
Are you gonna add more stuff?
Like, right. Like, we
That's
want
not.
to know.
No.
What are the other stuff? What's the other?
I'm not adding anything else. All
right.
Will?
Number 3, where it should have been caramel cake. Getting the medal.
Fruit salad.
No, I'm just kidding.
The silver.
My silver medalist is a pumpkin roll.
Yeah. All things pumpkin.
Did you add that to the list?
No, it's on the list.
I'm saying initially, like when you figured out.
No.
I've
It's
never
on
had
the
a pumpkin.
list.
I've never had
I
a
never
pumpkin
had
roll in my life.
Oh my
pumpkin
god.
thing ever in
We
history.
live in 2 different Americas.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway,
With the cream cheese icing.
no, it don't matter. You
Get-
can jazz it up all you want. It's still going in the trash. Anyway, cheesecake. One of them sampler platter cheesecakes too. You get from Walmart. It's got like 4 different flavors: chocolate, strawberry, regular.
Chocolate chess pie is my silver, and pecan pie would be my gold.
Boo. Chess.
Me too. Chess pie.
It's been since I've been a kid.
Just buttery goodness.
Something about it.
Mm.
Since I've been a kid, I go straight for it.
I mean,
Now,
I
I
like
just-
it.
I pass every one of these probably.
This wasn't on the list, but I would put it in my top 6, maybe even my top 3. Peanut butter pie.
That would have remained my top 6. That would have knocked out caramel cake. I'm a pie person. Like,
There's just something about a graham cracker crust.
mine would have been buttermilk pie.
What?
Buttermilk pie.
Never had that. See,
I ain't
you
never
make
had
no
that.
That is my aunt's specialty. Like it's so to the point to where they know if I'm coming home, she'll make 2, and she'll make one just for me, and she'll just
Spoiled.
hide it.
Spoil.
And I say they look. So yeah, buttermilk pie would be my one of my go-tos.
Mm.
Yeah. I don't know. Chocolate chess, I've learned how to make them. Like I got one in my refrigerator right now that I made for the potluck.
We have another pie sometimes. It's not really at Thanksgiving, but they call it, like, I think in my granny's recipe book, it's called a Japanese fruit pie.
Mm.
And it's basically like a chess pie or pecan pie, like the same kind of filling, but it's got raisins and coconut and maybe some kind of like pecans or something, some kind of nut in it as well. It's kind of good.
Yeah.
But when people ask what chess pie tastes like, it's kind of like,
Sugar.
I mean, I just kind of say like it's kind of like the same consistency as a pecan pie without the pecans.
Basically,
You're
you're getting
sort
the
of, yeah.
crust.
But
like
it's
the
more,
crust. It's like the crust turned
It's
up.
like a custard pie.
yeah. I
It's
don't
a
know, but
custard pie.
it's just damn good, is what it is.
It's
Well, I can't even call
honestly,
it custard because the filling's not custardy. It's still
I mean,
It's kind of
it's
solid,
still
but
solid,
it's
but
not custardy in the way that you think of custard. Like, because once you chill the custard, once you chill the pie, it's, I mean, eggs,
not even
custard.
like that. It's almost whipped.
Well, that's the thing. An egg, custard ain't nothing but just eggs and sugar and milk. Like, that's all a custard is. And then, like, depending on how long you cook it or how you cook it and stir it, that and how much cornstarch you use. Because the chess pie because of the flour or the cornstarch that you use to thicken it. So because of that, like because like a chocolate, the only difference between a chocolate chess pie and a chess pie is cocoa powder.
chocolate.
Yeah, it's just cocoa powder. So like it's literally eggs, sugar, butter, cornstarch.
Vinegar.
I don't put vinegar in mine. You can put vinegar in it, but I don't. But yeah, so that's it. So, but that's why it's called a custard pie because it's the same ingredients that you would make to make a custard. You're just not cooking it up to that type of thickness. So, and the buttermilk just uses buttermilk as opposed to like a lot of egg.
Hmm.
So a buttermilk pie, it doesn't have this. It's got that consistency, but it doesn't have that. You know how chest pie has that little crust on top
Mm-hmm.
that comes from the starch. That's the whole point of that starch to get that crust at the top. Buttermilk doesn't have that. It's good. Like if my aunt makes me one for Thanksgiving, I'll bring it back. I guess let you taste it. I like it,
Hmm.
but it's
Interesting.
sugar. It's sugar on sugar. And that was your baking hour for.
Right?
Like,
We've been saying we're gonna do a food episode. This is as
Listen,
close as we've
this
gotten.
this is it. I mean, um, if anything from this episode, we could talk about anything. Like we love Patrick Stewart, but we don't understand also sometimes it's just a dead part of this year for that type of stuff. So you may get an episode where we just kind of shoot the stuff
shoot the breeze, man.
just shoot the breeze and just talk stuff. Because that's what it's about, man. Just hanging out, having some fun, and as Drum Corps and WGI News pops up, we'll hit you. And like I said, we got a couple months before WGI gets to really, really kicking. So we got some things coming up. But let us know down in the comments below. Do you agree with our list? I might put a poll up saying who's have the best rankings for this. Or
Who doesn't?
and kind of go from there. But yeah, nah, man, this is fun. Before we kind of leave, man, you guys want to say what you're thankful for? Think that'd be a cool little. You want me to go first? You need time to think.
Kind of put us on
And
the
I mean,
spot like that.
I'll go first. For a non-serious one, thankful for Blue Coats, but taking charge of DCI and doing the thing, and kind of doing it with their tongue in cheek with the show called Changes Everything. I think that's kind of apropos of what's happening in the DCI world. And not to get on this, but I'm not going to talk real long on it. But they posted a clip from that DCI did, and somebody was like, "Man, I missed when Drum Corps marched and played." Did you not watch that show?
Get out.
What is
they made a comment on that show.
that show?
Like, okay, maybe the first 15 seconds where they're on that little stage, but once they step off of that big red stage, it is on like Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I
You
I
can't.
want to say to some of those folks like they couldn't have marched that show in the 70s and 80s because they would have passed out.
They would have died. They would have died.
Like
Y'all weren't
no,
doing that stuff back then,
You
dog.
could even argue that they
And-
moved more than everybody else did.
they did. It was dumb, and I was like, and people called them out for it, like called that person out for it, like they should. But yeah, thanks for Blue Coats. But nah, man. On a real note, I'm thankful for music, for real, because I say it a lot, but because of music, I've gotten to do a lot of cool things and meet a lot of really, really cool things.
Same.
So
Go
for me,
places, meet people, experience stuff. Yeah.
so just thankful for that. I'm thankful for my health and all that good stuff. But yeah, just thankful for me. So you get.
I mean, I throw a little one out there like that. In my case, I'm, thankful for Scouts finally making finals.
Yeah.
Will they do it again? Who knows?
They
Who
got
knows?
there.
But we did it. But yeah, man. Music changed like a lot in my life. Like in a lot of things I do, in a lot of ways that I see just the regular world and just people in general and stuff like that. So it's definitely major. And aside from being, just thankful for just being alive in general. But me making it to this journey to move up here to Washington State and taking probably to the date the biggest leap of faith in myself that I've ever done. And I've made it this far. And I always talk to my parents and some people, sometimes as I say, man, look, I don't know what the future holds. I don't know how long I'll stay here. If I'm going to be here for the rest of my life, I don't know. This people constantly ask me, and I used to tell people all the time, it's like, look, man, I never hated Kentucky. I never hated where I came from. What I did is I just like changed. I'm just wasn't ever scared of it or worried about, you know, what it involves or entitled. It's just like I like experiencing stuff because, like Cedric, if anybody knows, like I travel a lot, I go places a lot. Um, I have goals that I would like to visit more, like different countries and stuff like that. But it's been pretty major for me to do something like this. And I tell people all the time, it's completely different doing something of this magnitude by yourself. And it's you're always going to have a support system and people that give you advice, helps you along the way. But at the end of the day, you're still alone. And people who are in relationships or together or stuff, you know, you make those claims and stuff, but it's not always the same. But I continue to amaze myself in the things that I keep seeing up here and noticing. That it's like, because it's ridiculous. There's so many things here that I haven't even yet to discover or whatever. And then I think about all the stuff I know about Kentucky when I go home and stuff like that. And it's like, man, I just know how this, and this, and look how long it took me to understand all of that, you know. But yeah, I have to give thanks for my parents and all my friends, this group, everybody here, any of y'all that watch us, all my friends here. I come home all the time. I'm either going to Zach's house or Seth's house or something. Well, I get a chance. So, you know, thankful for y'all too, man. Because you help through a lot of stuff, especially, you know, downtimes and, you know, when you ain't got nothing to do, whatever, and you're lost and like, dang, you're sitting in a room by yourself and stuff. Like we had weather scare a couple of days ago. Like power's been out for days for some people up here still. So yeah, not a lot. I don't want to get too weepy, but yeah, because it was going there.
Well, I'm thankful that the Blue Devils got third
On Chris.
this year. No, that's my unserious one. No, it's not the same thing. You know, obviously thankful for you all. You know, Sed was former teacher, now one of my best friends. Will, you too, Chris, and you know, his two boys call me Uncle Zach, which is really cool. And you know, I'm part of the family, and they look forward to seeing me. I look forward to seeing them. But you know, I'm really thankful for just me within the last 2 years, like buying a house and navigating that on my own and navigating.
Scary.
That's tough, man.
That's
Yeah.
scary.
That was my first
Yeah.
scare.
Like
That was the real first one.
like realizing
Just bought
and
this.
having to go
Yeah.
from, you know, living at my parents' house
Jesus.
Six
and
figures.
having all kinds of money and then coming here and it's like, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. And you know, through that, one thing I've been going to therapy for like the last year, and that's something I'm very thankful and glad I have because you know, with two deaths in the family last year alone, and then just like changes at work and changes in life and things like that, like having that person um, to go and talk to, and just having an outside opinion, not somebody that you know personally, like someone that is completely removed from everything, and you can just go in and just lay it all
Yeah.
out there and get good advice and
Mm-hmm.
you know, good strategies to help you get through these things and realize that, you know, yes, it's hard and yes, there's going to be things in your life that are difficult and not the best situation, but somebody's always got it worse, and you can be thankful that that's not you, and you know, there's going to be a way for you to get through, um, even when you feel like you may not. So, um, if any of our listeners out there, you know, are considering therapy, trying that out, I would say go for it because you never know what wonders it can work out for you and do for you. You know, I see it all the time in my students, the changes that happen when they get set up with a mental health professional or something like that. And it's, I mean, it's a big deal because people don't know how to regulate and handle their emotions. And it's important to learn how to do that.
It's definitely
Yeah,
getting tougher
that's
these
what,
days, man.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing as society continues to heal and get back from the COVID situation where so many people like myself are just isolated, like,
Yeah.
and it's here. Well, you were up there,
Dude, I was
watching it by yourself, you
completely.
know, having those outlets. I know me. There's, I have you guys. I have another set of friends that I can go
Mm-hmm.
to, and it's good to have multiple types of groups
Yeah.
that you can go to in different types of situations. Uh, to help with your mental health, because that's the thing, man.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody can always at some point can relate to or empathize with what you're going through. It's cool to have that outlet.
Yeah.
Like for me, these Sunday nights, it's kind of like therapy, man. We sit and we talk and we get things off our chest and
Mhm.
have a good time, and it's
Cut
good.
up.
We cut up, and it's a good way to get the week started.
Yep.
Uh, for
Because the
us.
reality for our listeners is, yeah, we might record like an hour long episode, but we're really on this for like 2, 3,
Yeah,
4 hours,
Yeah.
just sitting here talking and catching up because we don't
we
see each
set
other.
stuff. Yeah, we set stuff up around 8, and sometimes we're on here until 11:30 at night,
Yep.
knowing we got to teach in the morning. Um, but we still do it because it's what we enjoy. So I hope for some of you guys that's the vibe that you get from us. Like I said, we drum corps is the vehicle, and the pageantry arts is the vehicle. But ultimately, like, we just like to talk and have fun, and that could be with the pageantry arts, or it could be about sports like we did at the very beginning, or it could be about food. Like we
Mm-hmm.
are very multifaceted and can do a lot of things, but we want, and we know you are too as the audience. So don't be afraid to be like, hey, we can talk about this. What do you think about this? Like my team, your team might be the Kansas City Chiefs, and I
Ugh.
don't want to know how you're paying the refs to win all these games. But
That part. Mm.
but no, we've met a lot of really cool people, and some of you guys interact more than others. Some of you guys are lurkers, and that's fine too, man. But just know, like, if you ever have a thought or anything, you can contact me, talk to us, and we'll talk about you. And the more you talk, the more we might clown you. And that's how you know you're really in.
Yeah.
uh, so, but yeah, so hope you guys have a very, very happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your friends and your family and all that good stuff. I know Friendsgiving is a big thing too. So,
Mm-hmm.
so enjoy all of those. Try to find somewhere to go and just be thankful around the people that you're around. So, you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. You can also listen to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So, for Zach, Will, and Chris, who's feeling a little ill today, my name is Sid. This has been another episode of On the Back Hash. Once again, happy Thanksgiving. We'll catch you guys soon. We are Dutch.
Dut,
Dutch.
dut,
Out.
out. Gobble till you wobble.
Wobble, wobble, wobble.
Oh, hey, hey, hey.